Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be one of the greatest philosophers of all time? Imagine waking up one morning to find yourself transformed into Plato, walking through the streets of ancient Athens in the 4th century BC. The smell of olive trees, the sound of sandals on stone pavements, and the weight of profound thoughts in your mind. Today, we're going to take you on an incredible journey through time and consciousness to explore what life would be like if you were Plato. Picture yourself as a young aristocrat, born into a wealthy Athenian family around 428 BC. But here's the interesting part. Unlike many privileged youth of your time, you're not interested in living a life of luxury. Instead, your mind is consumed by questions about justice, truth, and the nature of reality. Your early years are spent learning from the great Socrates, who becomes not just your teacher, but your greatest inspiration. If you're enjoying this mental time travel so far, make sure to hit that like button. It helps the algorithm share this video with other curious minds like yours. Walking through the bustling agora as Plato, you'd witness heated debates about democracy, justice, and the meaning of life. These daily observations would later inspire you to write The Republic, one of the most influential works in Western philosophy. Think about it. Your words would still be studied and discussed 2,400 years later. But being Plato wouldn't just be about philosophical discussions. You'd be running the academy, the first institution of higher learning in the Western world. Imagine teaching brilliant young minds, including Aristotle, who would later become Alexander the Great's tutor. The academy wasn't just a school, it was a revolution in education that would inspire universities for millennia to come. Hey, if you're fascinated by these historical insights, consider subscribing to our channel. We explore mind-bending what-if scenarios every week. As Plato, you'd be wrestling with questions that still puzzle us today. Through your famous allegory of the cave, you'd try to explain how most people are like prisoners watching shadows on a wall, mistaking them for reality. In fact, neuroscientists today are finding surprising connections between your theories about perception and how our brains actually process reality. Living in Plato's time would mean experiencing democracy in its birthplace, but you'd be surprisingly critical of it. After seeing your mentor Socrates condemned to death by democratic vote, you'd propose a system of philosopher kings instead. While we might disagree with this solution today, your analysis of political systems' strengths and weaknesses remains remarkably relevant. Drop a comment below sharing which of Plato's ideas resonates most with you. Is it his theory of forms, his views on justice, or perhaps his thoughts on love? Your daily life would involve writing dialogues, not dry philosophical treatises, but engaging conversations that feel like modern-day podcasts. You'd use stories, myths, and humor to make complex ideas accessible. In fact, you'd be one of history's first great literary artists combining philosophy with storytelling. Imagine having conversations with some of history's greatest minds. You'd debate with Socrates in the morning, teach ambitious students like Aristotle in the afternoon, and spend evenings refining your theories about the perfect society. Your ideas about education would be revolutionary, advocating for both physical and mental training, and notably, arguing that women should receive the same education as men, a radical notion for your time. As we wrap up this journey through Plato's life, consider how many of his questions we're still grappling with today. What is justice? What makes a good society? How can we know what's real? If you were Plato, you wouldn't just be a philosopher. You'd be a pioneer whose ideas would shape human thought for thousands of years. The amazing thing is that while we can't literally become Plato, we can still think like him. We can question our assumptions, seek deeper understanding, and strive to make our world better through reason and wisdom. So next time you're faced with a difficult question, ask yourself, what would Plato do? Remember, if you enjoyed this thought experiment, hit that subscribe button and notification bell to join us on more fascinating journeys through history and imagination. Until next time, keep questioning, keep thinking, and keep exploring the greatest minds of history. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. What historical figure would you like to become for a day? Your answers might inspire our next video.